So hi, in today's video, we are going to build this quiz application using vue3, typescript and vite. Okay, so I'm taking this card as a design for our quiz application, and for now I have done all the setup for the vite. If you are not familiar with the vite, I will link down the documentation, and you have to just make some changes like this in the vite config. Okay, and this is what resolve at import path from path. Okay, this what will do is it will help us recognize the view at the rate whenever we are using view, we are using at the rate whenever we are importing anything. So at the rate is pointing towards this src, and I have explained this in my previous tutorial, so you can check out that video. I will link that video also on the. So there is an entire playlist for the view small projects. Okay, so without wasting time, we can start with so I'm using typescript and I'm using single file component here. So I'm going to make a quiz card, means quiz dot view, and I'm going to make it as fc. Lang ts, I'm using language typescript and style scoped. Okay, so what this scoped means is whatever style what I have defined here will be staying in this within this component and will not affect the parent component or any other sibling component. Okay, so now, and this setup is just a synthetic sugar of the composition API which we are using uh, in the vue3, which is very popular nowadays also. But this setup just uh, exclude the whole setup method like this. And okay, setup which we used to write like this. Okay, and we don't need to this, so okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to include, first of all I need a container here. There's not container, and I'm going to select a background for it, UI gradient. Okay, this looks fine, and I'm going to pick the container. And let's see how does our application look like. Okay, I think it's running on localhost 3000. Okay, my mistake, I need to add the height. Yes, and This is looking fine. And now coming to the quiz card, and within this template we are going to write the card div wrapper. Okay, so this would be like width is 200 px, background be like border radius we can give the 10 px, and as we have imported here, need to we need to import here and quiz card from and you can see this quiz card is here, and I need to expand its width. I think so. Width should be like 400 px. Okay, this looks fine, and what I need is this one to be the here center. So this can be changed to the in container. In main container, I would display flags. I would write this code display flags align it in center. Can justify content center, and yes, this div is here as we wanted. Okay, now what I'm going to do is like should I make a quiz form here, like should have made a questions, but that doesn't matter. Okay, so yes, so I'm going to it will be like should pass from the prop or okay, so I should make it from your question ref. So we have to import this ref. So what so those who don't know what is ref is like a reactive value for the view, means the so we can declare variable in two ways, like a ref or a normal like let const or anything. So what difference is that whenever we update that update this ref values, it can be reflected in the template of, so it will act like a dynamic. Hmm, okay, I think so. Make questions. Question be like what I should find some questions from here. Uh, review quiz questions and answer. No, it's not worth it. Okay, so question will like very common questions like so it should be a very generic question. So what is 1 plus 1? Okay, and answers will be like an array of options. These are the array of options: 2, 3, 6, 7. Okay, and 1 would be the correct answer. Okay, correct answer would be 2. Similarly, we can print something like a 5 question here, like what is 2 into 2 for 10. And what is like 10 uh, 10 divided by 5 is divide. Okay, uh, make some changes. Okay, the correct answer would be 2 into 2 would be 4. 10 divided by 2, and I need to change some options. 5. What is 3 plus 2? That would be 5. And 7 minus 6. What is 7 minus 6? Correct answer will be 1. Okay, so these are the questions, and this so we need to keep the count of what is the correct answer, like const like yeah, score. Yeah, I can make it as a score. Ref would be 0. First of all, there would be 0. Okay, I need to make a form here. A radio button, there, label, input radio, for option 1, podcast, IDB, option 1. Okay, maybe like let's, first of all we have to make sure that this is working. Submit, like it should be option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4. Let me see if everything is okay. Yes, this radio button is working. So why all name is same? Because a radio button works like this: when all the names are same, then only you can select one. So let here be the question. And yes, this looks good. And what I need to do is now let the form send a class. But I think this form pointing towards the form would do. No, it's not like the one area. It's not be display flag. What I can do is make this form flags and this entire the question part to be like first question. Okay, now what I can do is make this question as mm, sorry, the form should be like this. Question. What was it? Questions or question? Question. Okay, question. And what should I do is make it a flex one. Okay, the form should be height of 100% to make that. Yes, and this button is and we need to make this button as a blue color, and I need to select this blue. What we can do is pick this picker, and yes, this will do. From button. Yes, and I think so we need to adjust its border and padding and all. Border and and padding will be like 1 rem as so good. Okay, this. Okay, this lateral spacing is okay. Mm, this this needs to be like flex one. Padding should be 1 rem. Yes. This question. Make it a Q. And my height would be looks more. Okay, 40px, and this looks good now. And now is the time to render the questions. So what I'm going to do is, I don't think so we need a ref for this. It would be well enough. And need a sounds. Sorry. Okay, selected question is like a question 0th index, which is the first question. Okay, so this would be the first question, and I think so I should do it as a question because okay, now what about rendering the answer? So this can be done with a v for loop. The v for loop would be like v4. This v4 keeps on iterating the array of items. Okay, so means if you provide any array, it would be iterating like it works just similar to the for loop, but it is for the HTML part in this view. Okay, so what it takes is, so this parameter item I is an index in selected question answers. So this answer is our answer array, and item is pointing towards the each element of this array, and I is like an index. So what I'm going to do is, first of all I want to print the answer. So I will this use double a this to item. Okay, and what I should make this for an I very unique. So we should make this dynamic. So the adding this colon makes this attributes dynamic here in the view, and name should be same as you know for all the. Okay, one. Okay, so this is working fine. Now come to the logic of selecting, and what about submitting the answer? So we need something like at submit dot prevent. So this prevent is nothing like it's prevent default. Okay, okay, submit answer. So remember, in view you can declare the function without ref. It doesn't need to be a ref. It why does it need to be? I'm so sorry, because this is a static function which will just submit answer, and whenever the submit answer is hit, what we are going to do is we are going to check the selected answer, selected question, and if selected question dot value dot correct correct answer equals to whatever the answer that he has that is selected, like input. Now this will be a v model. V model is like a double data binding, two-way data binding, and whatever variable is assigned to it will get the selected option. Okay, so how the selected option we are going to define? Yeah, we are going to define it as a const. It's a ref value. Okay, a string. So whatever there is an update, it will be uh, updated here. But once again, we need something like value. Should be item. So this value will be passed on this v model, then only we can access this v model. Okay, so what is now I am getting an error. So we selected option dot value. If both of selected option dot value and correct answer is equal, then what we are going to do is we are going to increase the score, increment the score. Okay, and so yes, so just incrementing the score is, will not work. Okay, we have to also uh, like this whenever. Okay, so this button should have a cursor pointer. Okay, first of all, we should see that the submit option is working or not, and let's say hit it. Okay, submit it and on enter. again the submit is hit it. Okay. mm, Now what we are going to do is just whenever I need to I need to change this question. So for changing the question, selected questions, if I need one another variable, which will be like yes, question count. What this will do is it will just keep the count of the questions. And okay, so it will start with we will start it with one because I need here question number to be displayed. And this, okay, so this okay, on so we should stop at the point where the question count value should not go above the length. So this question count selected. So what this will be the questions. Okay, these questions. So this situation is like whenever the question count dot value is lesser than question length, the questions will be like 5 and it would, okay, so it would not increment. So this what we will do is question count value would be incremented here, and selected question would change. Value would be like these questions. So as you know, array in index in an array start from 0. So what we are going to do is um, now this we need to keep the track of this also. And how can we do that? So this also will be affected. This question with the count, because this logic has error, I think so. Okay. So let's try this. Okay, because this is object and in JavaScript object works very, they are reference passed by the reference. So if I update the object here, this will be also updated. So I need something else. So what kind of ref? Let's see. First of all, let's see how this works. Okay. Hey, first of all, it is not working also in the first place. And this question, selected question. Okay, this condition is very wrong, very wrong. Sorry, it will be lesser than. Okay, now, as you can see, what is that? This has disappeared. Okay, now I need to make another variable, which would be static, which would be a variable, not the const, with the, but with the let. So I can update it, and let count equals to 0. It would start from 0, and count recursion length should stop with before the length minus 1, because whenever the count is 0, the question is 1, and it goes towards the 2, the question would be the count would be 1. So that's why, yes, this should work. And whenever we are at the fifth question, and this would be at the fourth. So whenever it is in fifth question, it would not enter in this, so there would be no error. So question, selected question is equal to, I would say, count, and question count value would be like count uh, should I increment it, because it was already 1. Yes, yeah, it's safe to increment it. Okay, what is 1 plus 1? Oh, it's going something. Okay, logic has gone wrong, because I have not incremented the count. So fifth is like a 3 plus, fifth should be 1 minus 7, 7, 6. So I think so it should be like question count value plus count, and yes, this should work now. This should definitely work. That is two. So count is okay. So my mistake. So first of all, it was already, So I should start the count from also 1 and remove this count. Okay, just count plus plus, and this would okay. So count would be like a 5, and it should not go. How if what if I would? So I don't think so. I need this. That count. Okay, now let's see. No, it's not going towards the 5. That's the problem here. So I think so we should remove this. Okay, so yes, it's going till 5, 5th, and I don't need this one. So right now you can see here is I'm whatever I'm selecting here, it is just selecting the same option over the next one. So I need to, what I'm going to do is selected option, I'm going to empty that selected option dot value, so empty string. So in this would they select any. Yes. Okay, so now what about the how to handle this code, and what I'm going to do is this is a div wrapper, and okay, I'm going to make a boolean. So score false. So this is v if. I'm going to use here v if v if is false, then show this, and there is another like um, v else. So this works like a v if source code is false, then show this, and if it is true, then show this. And I hope you understand this how this works. Questions dot value, and in vue3 where whatever variable you have declared with the ref, it is wrapped under this value. Okay, and in as you know in javascript, whenever you are updating a object, it is updating the it is passed by reference, so it will also update it here. That's why it is showing it would be showing 2 when the count is 1. Okay, so the count Okay, can't say that. Can't say that. Okay, so um, so if there is no such a condition where I would say source code value is equal to true, like la. mm, okay, this is score, and we need to style the score card. Like so so we need to change the text, and I need to use this score, which is I would use this question dot length. Score is 0 out of 5 right now. So 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. 2 into 2 is equal to 4. 10 divided by, let's say, we purposely selected the wrong year, and this one is right, and let's say this. So I should get a score of 4. So yes, the 4. So 4 out of 5. Yes. So this is a card game, quiz game, what we have built using the vue, and I hope you like my content. So if you like this kind of content, I'm going to publish it every week. I'm going to do very medium sized projects also, and large size project. Just don't forget to subscribe and share it among your friends. Okay, thank you for watching. So I yes, and so everything is working fine. So let's say if I give all the 5 answers wrong, and score is 0. Okay, so yes, okay, so thank you guys for watching this tutorial. So sorry, not it's not tutorial, but just building this application. Okay, right, thank you.